Hello everyone, this is Mr. Garcia from Your Ceramics 1 class. Today I'll be going over the brainstorming process for our project on portraying identity in art. Now remember from our lecture that identity can be formed from many different traits. This can come from religion, race or ethnicity, your cultural background, your heritage or traditions, gender or sexuality, and any personal significance that you think makes up your life. Now for our brainstorming process, I wanted to give you guys 3 methods on how you can go about this. However, just remember that these are suggestions and you can do whatever method works best for you. Our first example here is a mind map. Here you can start off with a trait that you've come up with that defines you, and build off of it, coming up with ideas about how you can portray it. Our next example here is a list. Similar to the mind map, you'll start off with your trait that you came up with, and then down below it, you can list out the different ways that you want to visualize it. Once you're done with that trait, then you can go on to the second and then your third trait, continuing the same process. If you're more of a visual person like me, then you can sketch out your ideas. That way you can get them from your head onto the paper and see how they're gonna look. Now that I've shown you a few recommendations of mine, I'm going to show you how I personally brainstorm my ideas. Now as you follow along, remember that at the end of this process, you're going to be coming up with 3 final sketches of what your sculptures will look like. For sketching, you can use any sketching material that you'd like, such as colored pencil, pen, or pencil. But for my demonstration, I'll just be using a pencil. You can follow along with me as I come up with the different ideas about what part of my identity that I want to portray. Though my list is a bit more simpler, you can see that I want to talk about my identity in ceramics as an artist, in music and mariachi, and my Hispanic heritage, and as a more fun one, my hobby as a crocheter. And now here I am just looking at my list to come up with the different images, elements, or objects that I might want to include in my sculpture that might help get these themes across. Now that I've thought about it enough, I started my sketching. My first idea was to do paint splatters. And then after that, I did a paintbrush to follow the paint splatter. This related more to my artist side and my painterly side. Then to target my ceramic identity, I thought about creating a ceramic pot. And though I liked the first design, I did want to give myself different options on the different paths I could take with the ceramic pot, so I made a different form of it. And now that I was done with my first category, I could move on to my next one, which included music, mariachi, and my Hispanic heritage. For this, I made a treble clef, a bow for the violin, a music note, and a sombrero. And then for my final category of crochet, I drew a simple yarn ball and a crochet hook. All of these images relate to me, but they're recognizable, which helps get my point across to the audience. And now that you've been through the brainstorming and sketching process, you may now want to start finalizing your 3 sketches. Though everyone's will be different, they may look something like this, combining different images and symbols that you thought of, and turning them into 3 different sculptures that tell a story about your identity. Your sketches don't need to be perfect, but they should be there to help get your point across on what you're going to make later on. I can't wait to see what you all make, and good luck!